As a seasoned data professional, Eloy, what advice would you give aspiring individuals aiming for success in data?
We realize that data is about people. It is fundamental to get the foundations right on understanding different fields of expertise, being in data engineering, being in data science, you name it. But at the end of the day, it's about empowering people. For that, you need people skills and you need the ability to connect the dots among different disciplines. That's what really can make the difference.
Eloy, can you highlight a specific challenge you faced as a CDO managing enterprise data in a large organization?
We face so many challenges as CDO, and that's one of the things why I love it. Sometimes you feel like MacGyver. Let me pick one, connected, of course, with Mindfuel, but one very, very important one is where to focus. When you arrive as a data officer to an organization, you often feel like the kid in a candy store. You see value everywhere. But you need to focus. You need to be able to start somewhere and align, again, all the different dots.
Eloy, how has the landscape of data evolved over the years, especially when it comes to technology?
I've seen tremendous evolution over the last 2 decades on the technology side itself. And this comes because of the explosion of data. You know, the 3 V's, volume, variety, and velocity, and many other V's depending on some patterns. And I started myself working on premise and doing parallel computing on machines that I could touch them. They were next to me, and running calculations that would take 2 weeks to run. Now everything is in the cloud. That's the massive evolution. And then we know all the different aspects of connectivity that goes into extended hardware, that goes into the IoT, and of course the mobile devices. Particularly in software, we're seeing all these different categories that are emerging to meet the different needs. We saw with Hadoop, then the data lake type and then with the evolution of the warehouse. That now that it's evolving further, Lakehouse and many more others, and they were next to me. Now everything is moved into the cloud, and that was gone through different steps, different changes, and now with the AI, things are really scaling even further.
So, how has the landscape of data technology evolved over the years?
Massively. I remember 20 years ago, I was doing parallel computing, processing next to machines, but I could touch them. Then we have seen all the move to the cloud, the advent of AI, and now even we can discuss with the computer as if it was our friend and get very, very powerful answers directly. And this will only but keep accelerating and continuing. So we need to train ourselves. We need to really have this emergence of new tools to help us on that, because we need to take advantage of these new technologies.
Eloy, a lot of people are challenged by all the trends that are currently occurring.
That's a very good question.
How do you stay updated on industry trends in the dynamic field of data?
We are all facing that challenge with the rapid growth of complexity. First is things that do not change, things that are about to change, and things that will change. To stay grounded. So it's important to look around, but stay grounded at the same time. Make sure that the fundamentals that do not change on the different, for example, data capabilities or leadership and management techniques, and remain really have those strong. Then which things need to start evolving, like for example, new elements on a technology stack that are already available and proved that can already integrate around, and then keep an eye on what is coming as innovation, and maybe some things that you can deploy very quickly as well, on others that you need to start planning ahead and see how will incorporate those into your roadmap. Okay, it helps me to have a kind of a engineering mindset in terms of channels of how to get that in. I advocate for a diversity of channels. So of course, LinkedIn is becoming a major challenge on stuff, and you need to filter. Then it's important to have good communities of that are in your topics of expertise, and probably an aspect that is underestimated, being connected to communities that are different than you, so that you can learn and extend the learning further and incorporating learning from other domains.
As a thought leader in data, what do you think is going to be the trend that shapes the next 5 years?
The easier way to answer that is say AI and the continuation of generative AI and our path to general intelligence. The ability to connect the generation of value with data with the foundational capabilities. I still see those worlds quite disconnected, with some successes, but also many failures in corporations. We together as business community, not just data community, will learn to make that connection much stronger, and that will provide tremendous benefits of productivity through AI, generative AI, but also many other pieces.
If you had to give an advice to other data leaders out there, what would it be?
Keep learning.
People who are leading with data and people who are following innovation. What do you think is the difference between a data leader and a data follower?
I would say three things. The first one is relentless focus on business value. So data leaders are grounded on the why of delivering data capabilities and ultimate value. Number two, I would say then within that, how to connect the different dots of foundational capabilities versus end delivery capabilities and the organizational orchestration of all of it. And the third one, I would say that inner leader, resilience, and inner purpose that makes that 360 person work together on those first two.